leadership, we got a lot of this stuff, or none of this stuff would be done, because we pretty much are an extension to the city council. Javier Moreno is also city council member. He's not here to join us, unfortunately, but he did appoint me, and then we also have Robert, who's a bid co-chair, and we have Lalo, who's also a bid. But I'm gonna get started with Camilo Garcia, our mayor, so that he can go over some of the updates that is happening in the city council. Not everybody can always make it, because we've had a lot of them, right, Camilo? So welcome, Camilo Garcia, our mayor.
Thank you, Blanca. Thank you. Good morning to all.
Good morning.
Good morning. I was supposed to have gotten a good morning, right?
It's hot.
Well, I know it's hot.
Let's do it again. Let's do it again.
Okay, let's do it one more time. Good morning.
Good morning.
Buenos dias.
Buenos dias.
All right. So this is the type of excitement that generates something as basic as a cleanup, but not as basic on the meaning of that for our city. You know, how many times have we driven by Third Street? I don't know if you had a chance to have guests from out of town. You know, it kind of show your city, show your downtown, right? And we all know that downtowns across America, you know, they have a lot of challenges. But ours, you know, had additional challenges. So now, you know, that is changing. You know, and I'm glad to see that, you know, this will actually spark development in downtown. Earlier, I was sharing with you that a couple of days ago, I got a call and an email from a local contractor that is also doing work for the city, putting up lights. And they said, you know what, we just installed a new pole right there on the corner of Heber and Third, on that parking lot right there. When you go, you're gonna see a pole. Brand new pole with a light, a bright light. I just went by last night. So to me, that meaning is the light of hope. The hope that downtown is gonna get a new light. And it started today. Then it will continue with the building across the street that will be the future transportation center. Yeah, a round of applause for that also. We all know that those projects take time. And this project, you know, and I'm gonna get into a little bit of history of projects and maybe an update of things that have been happening, unless you want me to cut it short. Now, you wanna know a little more? Well, I don't see the excitement, right? So anyway, so that will be the biggest transportation center, but not just a transportation center. As I was talking to my friend, my colleague from Raleigh, Councilmember Revelar, we were looking at that being the hub for people to go throughout the county. So it's not just transportation, but the potential for greater economic activity, investment. The vision that I have and that we have as council is to make Calexico again a destination. Many of you remember Calexico as a destination. How many times have you had conversations with people, either local from out of town or from out of the city? You know, Calexico used to be the place where we used to go shop, where we used to go eat, right? And not just certain, you know, type of food, you know, that I was alluded to a few years back, but it was the place to be. So we want to make sure that, again, it becomes the place to be, the place to belong. And it's not just our neighbors from the south coming in, but our own people, our own residents going back to downtown. How many times do we hear that? I don't have a need to go to downtown. There's nothing for me to go to downtown for. When was the last time that we purchased something that, you know, in downtown? I know Mr. Holloway is here, and I got to tell Mr. Holloway, I have gotten a few suits from your store. You know, I was looking for a last minute tie, you know, I got her a garland. So, And you know what? But those are the things that we have to make sure that we tell our people, or we tell our residents. We gotta keep it local. We gotta shop local. But at the same time, we cannot forget that also these things get done with partnerships. We cannot survive by ourselves now. In doing this project, this cleanup on Third Street, it involved a lot of people. And it started with all of you, with the community. I know my friend Victor Lagaspi came in and just kick-started that again. And I thank him for that. And the entire council, right? It's a team. It's not a one-member or two-member team. It's a whole team. But it starts with community. And this is what the community wanted. Remember, you drive this, not us. You're the drivers. We just do whatever you want us to do. But then also, things don't get done by shouting. Action doesn't come as a result of shouting. Shouting doesn't lead to results. Actions do. And the action that we took today, or is being taken today by the private sector in cleaning up that property, spearheaded by Ms. Hurtado, and of course, a whole team of community members that are behind this. Her children, Mr. Solano, and many people, other stakeholders, the county referral. And I'm sorry, I already said some of this before, but I want to make sure that the press is here, and that they noted that also. That is partnership also. The county, when we called the county and said, you know what, we're gonna do this and we want your help, they didn't hesitate. We will be there. I know we have a contractor that does work for the city currently, our Republic Services, which is the ones that pick up the trash and other services. Well, without invitation, they showed up. They said, you know what, we want to make ourselves available and see how we can help. And why do you think it's happening? Because the community is driving this. As long as you continue to drive this, things are gonna get done. This is about you. This is not about one individual, a couple of individuals, or a group. This is about everybody. This is about commissions such as the bid, economic development, everybody. And of course, I can't really forget the staff. The staff is the one that actually does the work. I mean, Victor and I, we're here, but we go back to them and say, you know what, we are working on this, or we met with this person and we want you to follow up. They are the ones that execute also. And of course, I'm sorry, Ms. Ureña didn't, just saw you, but also, from parks and community development, they have been very active. I want to give them a round of applause. Then we have Mr. Pacheco, the big commissioners. I know that we're mentioning already. Mr. Horton for economic development, Justin Pilín from BID, Ms. Blanca Morales from BID.
Police Commissioner.
Police Commissioner. Woo. Ms. Vizcarra también. Who else do I have? Am I missing someone? Also, some elected officials, previous council members, board members from this, the school board also, are partners also. Remember, it's about partnership. We cannot be at odds with each other. And I'm not deviating from this conversation, but it's about community. It's about getting together. That's how you find solutions. It's not about dividing. It's not about the shouting, like I said. So, I invite you to continue to get engaged, continue to be engaged, not get engaged. No, that's on you. But be engaged. Be engaged. We're here to serve you. That's our job. We're public servants. We're here available to you and for you. Thank you for doing this. Thank you, Maritza. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for giving us another chance to get this done. It's getting done. Next time, when it's cleaned up, hopefully we can get together again and celebrate, right? So, there you go. Thank you, and with that, I want to introduce my colleague and friend, Councilmember Victor Legaspi. Thank you, Mr. Legaspi, for taking on this lead. So, kudos to you.
Can you guys hear me without the microphone? Awesome. First of all, I want to thank Mr. Camilo for appointing me as council member. He had the confidence to put me in a position where I can make lots of changes. I remember 34 years in law enforcement, I would patrol the downtown area, and I saw what was not, I didn't like what I was seeing. So I decided that once I retire, I'm going to be a councilman, and I'm going to make changes. Although my wife didn't want me to be a councilman, but I did it anyway. Didn't obey her. Only on this one. So I went ahead, and once I was appointed, a few days later, I got seeing what was going on here at the old Fiesta restaurant. I got a hold of Maritza Hurtado, asking her, are you guys still good in removing this trash, dump, rubbles, whatever you want to call it? And she said yes. And like the mayor said, we cannot do any of this stuff without community members. That's one of the things that I've always harped, is you cannot do anything without community members. There's no I and we. You work as a team. You will fail if you don't have community members on your side. You will succeed with community members. We have an open door policy now. We will open the doors for businesses, for people, for any individuals out there that wants to meet a councilman, that wants to meet Mr. Victor Legaspi, Camilo, any of the other council members, the city manager. We have an open door policy for everyone. People used to say that we would close the doors. That's not happening anymore. So we've got that going. We're going to clean that. We have many other projects. I had a person that came up to me and says, hey, let's go to that other project, and I jumped right on it. So I know my wife is gonna not like the fact that I'm not gonna be at home again, but that's the job that I inherited. That's the job that I wanted. This is my community. These businesses needs to grow. We've been working with developers. I've been working with Robert Ronich, and I want to thank Blanca Morales for making this committee happen. I want to thank all commissioners. I got to give kudos to my wife, except for Legaspi, or else I want to have dinner tonight. So, department head, at the library, department head. So, thank you all for having us here. We're going to strive. We're going to go forward, and let's make Calexico awesome again. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, Councilmember Legaspi. What I'm going to do is give you an update on our last meeting. I'm going to have Robert come up here as well and give an update. Mark Holloway left. He's one of our pioneers here in Calexico, right? Sam Ellis, great store to go shopping. But we did have our meeting, a while back, and there was some sort of a guideline put in place that the commissions cannot meet until every quarter. So it was just not enough time, and Pat got smart and did some ad hoc committees. But we did meet on July the 23rd, and I'm going to give you an update on what we did with the city manager, our interim city manager. And we've also have been meeting with the owners of the buildings downtown. So we want to create a partnership with the owners of the downtown buildings. We want to collaborate with them. But there was like really 4 main things that we requested to me are easy, quick fixes. The cleaning of downtown. The cleaning of downtown is right now being done once a week is what we were told. So we're recommending to get the cleaning 3 times a week. So that's on our agenda. More lighting. So remember that Rockwood that had closed down, and they put those beautiful lights and beautiful trees that got dried up. So we're gonna use those lights, and we're gonna do them across 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. So we're gonna really light up downtown. And then we're gonna we recommended a lot more security. I know police officers cost a lot of money, and that's the biggest budget in our city. Instead of having to spend more money on cops, that they can go deal with the bigger crimes that are happening at our border. or all the way around. Number 4, they did change our parking meters. I have spoken with the businesses, and they're really unhappy with how they changed the parking meters from 25 cents. It was 2 hours for 25 cents. So now they're making it, I think, $2.50. So a lot of the businesses have lost businesses. So we did mention that. The businesses downtown are paying taxes, which I believe is 8%. Those taxes come back to go to the state comes to the city. So I think we've lost more in taxes than we've made money in the parking meters. But we did request an analysis, and that was, thank you, Mark, have recommended that in one of our meetings. So those are the 4 things that we recommended back in, that we discussed on July the 23rd with the city manager, Juan Contreras, who is unfortunately not here today. He had another commitment, but I'm gonna go ahead and pass this over to Robert, so he can also give you some updates, because he's a pioneer, and his building's been here for 40-something years now.
The business has been around for 63 years.
63 years.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Thank you so much. With that, first I want to say like a blanket thank you to everybody who has been involved in this, for bringing us together, Victor Legaspi, Camilo Garcia. I don't want to take up too much of your time. There's thank yous. There's plenty of thanks to go around for everybody, especially you who are here, present, caring about our community. I think Blanca has pretty much given you guys a good update on the visions and the plans and the ideas that we have for downtown. I want to leave you with one thought, okay? I want you all to imagine downtown Calexico well-lit, beautiful lights. I want you all to imagine downtown Calexico clean. The sidewalks are clean. The streets are clean. The trash cans are empty or not overflowing. Let's imagine that we don't have any more of these burnt down buildings, these rubbles, trash rubbles, okay? Let's imagine that we have been compassionate and we have helped our homeless community find a safe haven in Calexico or elsewhere in the county. Let's imagine all that. Now what is left? The city is clean, there is security, there is lighting, there is only one thing left. Well, 2 things. We need businesses. We need businesses in downtown Calexico. Okay? The community has a right to say right now that there's not a whole lot in downtown Calexico for them to make the trip down here. I'm a business owner and I can't force the community to come to my store. I have to compete and I have to give you all a reason to come to downtown, just like Sam Malice does, and we've been doing it for decades. But it's not enough for 2 good businesses. There has to be many businesses downtown. And that leads me to my final point. I want to invite the property owners, those who own those buildings, those who own those properties, who have the most power in getting businesses into downtown. We need the property owners to care about downtown, not just next month's rent. We need the property owners to care about 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road, 15, 20 years down the road. There are too many absentee landlords. There are too many property owners who don't invest in downtown. And again, that's why I started. Imagine there's security. Imagine there's lighting. Imagine it's clean. All that happens. That can happen. It started today. It started today. Now we need the property owners to come to these meetings. We invite you all to come to these meetings. If you know a property owner in downtown, encourage them. Ask them, what are you doing for downtown? The city can do a lot. The BID can do a lot. Business owners are involved. Community is involved. But until the property owners, the key holder of that property gets involved and decides to bring a business into downtown, it's gonna be very, very difficult. And so that's what I'd like to leave you all with, okay? Camilo hit the nail on the head. It takes a community. And part of that community are those property owners. They have a stake in what happens in downtown, and they've got to come forward and pitch in and help bring businesses to downtown. Because when you have a vibrant downtown with a lot of businesses, you generate a lot of sales taxes and jobs. And those sales taxes come back to Calexico, and those are reinvested into the entire community. You get more services, you get more parks and recreation, you get more library, you get more police, you get more for your dollar. But we need those businesses to come in, and property owners have the biggest influence. So again, I call on the property owners out there. I invite them to become part of this process. Don't just go to City Hall or to City Council and, oh, it's too expensive. You guys are too. Come to the table. Let's talk. Let's discuss what it is the property owners need in order to invest in downtown. Because as a community, we sure need those property owners. We sure need the property owners to come down and reinvest in the community. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time.
I'm back. No, thank you, Robert. I think you just shared really what's needed, the answer to a lot of our problems. Involvement, investment, right? For the businesses in order for us to, exist, we need investment, we need the money. How do we get the money? Investment, job creation. It's not just about grants. I know that we talk about grants a lot, but it's about investment in our community. Believing in our community. People who believe in our community invest, they stay here, they do things. And with that also, I want to tell you something also, since we're about good news today, and probably like you have seen, we're finally going to have the town hall meeting for Fire Station 2. All right. So, town hall for Fire Station 2 will be taking place on Monday, the 12th, at the Willie Moreno Junior High School cafeteria from 6 to 8. It's for the west side of town, actually not just the west side of town, but it's for the entire community. But it's, really addressing some of the needs that we have throughout Calexico, but especially on the west side of town. So please pass that information, tell your neighbors, tell your friends, share that on social media, your networks that you have, so we can have a good attendance. So I just wanted to come back and share those good news with you. Things are happening, people, okay? So thank you, and please see you on Monday, 6 p.m. All right?
Thank you, Robert. Excellent job trying to get those owners on board, and you've done a good job so far. I'm going to also introduce to you Pat Ureña. She's the chair commissioner for Parks, Recreation, and Arts Commission. Come on up. Who's been very instrumental also with getting things moving with arts.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Honorable Mayor, members of the council, members of our public, welcome people or council members from other cities. As Mr. Gronich mentioned, it takes all of us to do this, not only our city, but actually regional. We all have to connect with each other, with other cities, so that we can all make this thing happen. I feel like we're actually rocking and rolling here. We're rocking the boat, right? That's what we call it. We're really rocking that boat and making this happen. So I see that in order for us to get moving, we're moving forward and we're not going back. Remember, we gotta go forward and not back. So with that, I wanted just to give you some updates on what we're doing. And I'm gonna also take the time to let people here know that if you wanna get involved, you wanna get the information correct, you can call your commission chairs. We have an open, I don't wanna say door because I don't have an office, but I have an open phone line, so if you wanna do that, we can do that as well. Before I go on, I wanna introduce the members of our Community Services Commission. Commissioner Pacheco is here, Commissioner Solano's here, and I'm not sure if I have any other commissioners here. Commissioner Garcia is here. So we have a couple of other commissioners that are not here today. But again, it takes our team to do the work that we're doing. When I first came on, I think my first year anniversary with the commission is Monday. So with that, hey, I think we're gonna have a party. Oh, we're really gonna. So I wanted to say that we need to continue to work together as we've done today. We see movement that's happening. I'm happy about the fire station because everything connects with everything that we're doing. So in order for us to get the right information out there through Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, TikTok, I don't know if there's any more social media out there. X? Never heard of it.
Twitter.
Oh, Twitter, okay, well, I'm old school. I just text, that's about it. But, yeah, let's get the word out, let's get the right word out. If you ever have any questions, please call the people that support us. For our commission, our support system is the recreation manager, Norma Gerardo, and for our parks and all the other stuff is Lily Filomir from the city of Calexico. I just wanted to give you a little update because when I first came on, one of the things that kept coming up was the park system. So we are, as a commission, working with the staff to come up with hopefully a good strategic plan, a good park system, so that once we start building these parks, we have a park management system or a park maintenance system where we can get these parks to stay up and going. We fix them, and then we don't see them for the next 25 years, so that this is what you're seeing right now. So I'm gonna start with recreation. Some of you were here for the recitals, they started this week, and our program for the swimming pool will end this next weekend. Thanks to the Calexico Wellness Center Foundation, we are hosting a swimming pool movie night so that your kids know that there's gonna be a movie night on Saturday. And registration for the seniors start August 20th because we give them the first priority. And then the following days for all city residents to do the registration. And we've kind of gone from standing in line out in the heat to now registering online. So that's something that's really great. Some of the questions that have been posed to me on some of the social media is updates regarding the Public Works Department. On the Public Works Department area for parks, Daniel Garcia, Gutierrez Field, we ordered 24 lights. Those have been ordered so that we can continue to light up that area and continue our athletic programs there. Heber expansion, on June 4th, the ad hoc committee, as Ms. Morales mentioned, I developed ad hoc committees because there was no way we were gonna meet 4 times a year and not get anything done. So I told the commission that was on my commission, I said, are you ready to work? Because we're not just gonna go there and sit there and listen to people talk. We're gonna be active in the community. And I wanna give them a round of applause because they've kind of gone and so on June 4th, we had a Zoom meeting, a public meeting at the community center. The community said, we want option 1, build the gym. We need a city gym.
Yeah.
And you guys need to put it out there on social media. Calexico's gonna eventually get a gym. So with that, we are also looking at sending a letter to Congressman Reese, Senator Padilla, for any other possible funding that we can obtain so that we can continue to finish up Heber expansion. The Rodriguez Park, the city has submitted a grant through the IID for $35,000 so we can eventually put some trees out there. Hopefully we'll get the grant and we'll start implementing that in October. We also have the opportunity to meet with the Vincent Memorial High School. They have a new principal, Sister Patricia Rodriguez. Excellent meeting with the city manager, the city staff, and the commission. And we talked about some of the issues about using some of the facilities that are sort of sports specific. Let me tell you that Vincent Memorial is working really hard with the city. We're gonna make that happen. I know you guys want things to happen tomorrow, but that doesn't work that way, so be patient with us. The city has also contacted the Western State Carpenters to assist with rehabbing Rodriguez Park baseball field, snack bar, and the fencing area. So we're doing upgrades so that we can celebrate good parks for our athletes and our residents. Adrian C. Cordova Memorial Park. That one is still under construction. Robe Engineering continues with the construction, and that's the sidewalks. If you drive by Clinton, you'll see that there are sidewalks being put out. Staff is getting quotes to purchase soccer goal posts through ARPA funds, budget about 8,000. And graffiti removal, the city continues to remove graffiti from various parks and facilities. We also wanted to let you know that we met with Dr. Gina Nunez from San Diego State University, and we had a dialogue about future murals. And I think that that's important because as we start revitalizing Calexico, we're looking at making history by providing, I want Calexico to be known as the best mural city in the valley. So we're looking at how we're gonna do this. And with the help of San Diego State and their grant writer, we're gonna be looking for those funding mechanisms to make it happen. So one of the things that we really talked about, when we start these murals, it's gotta tell a story of who Calexico is, who the pioneers were, and we wanna work with BID and all the other commissions that are out there, because we all have to connect together and work together. Because this is the only way it's gonna happen. But we wanna show our history. Who are we? You know, where did we come from? You know, a lot of people haven't talked about the railroads. I mean, we have the railroad company that's here, that started here through Southern Pacific. We have veterans that fought for our country, educators, writers. We have it all here, so we wanna be able to celebrate that through murals. So again, you know, if you have any questions regarding anything that we're doing here in the city of Calexico, the doors are open now. You have the ability to call any commissioner. You know, I would throw Roxana's number out right now if she wanted me to, and Solano, but meet with them, talk to them about the upgrades. Mr. Solano just attended a allocations meeting, and let me tell you, it's not an easy process, right? Because everybody wants to use unmaintained parks, if you will. So we're working on that as well. So with that, I just want to let you guys know that we continue to rock the boat, right? We continue to dance, make Calexico the best city ever, because I always said this is a golden city. We just gotta make it better than ever. All right? Thank you, Robert, Sam Alice. I still shop there. So it's great to be able to know that you were. I was a Imperial Stores worker for many years when Imperial Stores was there. So again, thank you for revitalizing downtown, because without your sales tax, we cannot upgrade the parks or have more recreation services. So thank you so much.
I'm going to introduce you to Roxana Pacheco, who's been working very hard with the Arts Commission.
As my chairwoman Patricia said, we have to rock the boat. We're gonna start to, you know, just kind of make Calexico beautiful again. That's my theory, because I'm about the arts, and she did say something I want to point out. We want to make Calexico look like a mural city, which I do want to bring out culture. We're artistic, we're creative, and I think Calexico has a lot of talented artists here. So with beautification, I would like to bring more murals. So our last meeting, we did approve of 3 locations. 2 are kind of going to be in Kermit Park, and 1 is artist choosing. So yes, they can bring it downtown. We want to make downtown beautiful again. Well, that's my theory. That's my quote. But yes, we also have good collaboration with the BID, with Blanca, with Commissioner Green, downtown business owners too. Hearing input is very imperative, very important to hear input, because that's what I want to bring beautification within infrastructure, so we can have a clean downtown, a beautiful downtown, a busy downtown, because I remember walking high school. My dad used to drop me off at Calexico Mission School, and we would see downtown always busy. Like we had 99-cent store, we had Garland's Red Tag, everything was always busy. But now, unfortunately, throughout the years, it just has been not the same. Yeah, it has been neglected, but that's what we're trying to bring back is business beautification. We're trying to rock the boat. So, yes, if you, I would encourage you to come to our commission meetings. Our next meeting is September. And please come to the BID meeting. That should be August 22nd. With that, thank you for coming. Thank you, Blanca. Thank you, Beth. Thank you, Mr. Bell.
We're going to close it with a clap. Thank you, Roxana. Good job. Also, don't want to forget forget to mention, we do have forms that we've been passing out. We've already done 1,500 for the water increase. So you can, it's in the back, if we have an English and Spanish, but we are passing that around. I want to also thank my classmates, Julio Rocha. We did put together a chat called Calexico Advocates, and with Rocha, Jose Snyder, there's many of us in there that I grew up and went to school with 19 years ago. But I love that they're investing a lot of their time because they now have more time because they're retired, except for me. But we're gonna close it out here with Maritza Hurtado.
Yes, I just wanted to add one thing that the media is here today that I noticed that we haven't been able to cover, and I asked the former police chief of the city of Calexico, Mr. Victor Legaspi, to address before you all leave. Because, you know, I sit here and I listen to Ms. Pacheco about her dreams and her goals for beautifying everything, but we all know that there's also important to know the safety concerns, how the city's addressing those. So we're gonna have the former police chief. Now, City Council Member, Mr.
Y'all can hear me without the mic. First of all, Chief Armando Rosso couldn't make it, but there's a lot of safety factors that are occurring right now in the city of Calexico, especially the downtown area. All you wildcatters out there, I just learned that word from from Joseph, aka Baiteros. The police is going to be out there hunting them down. They're out there. I know there's safety factors regarding to this matter. Someone had gotten hurt in Mexicali or killed. Not saying they were the Baiteros, but something close. But we're going after these. We want to provide safety for our business people, for our residents, Calexicans that are crossing from here to Mexicali and back. So that is what's going on with our police department. They're out there every night. The chief. The tree. Well, the tree. Scratch the tree part. So and another thing, narcotics out there. The police is working out there vigorously in regarding to going after what's going on out there regarding to the distribution or whatnot, and it has to do with narcotics. We have a special team of officers working through grants that are going out there and combating that. So we're cleaning up our downtown not only by out there fixing, cleaning, physically doing that part, but they're out there, the police is out there enforcing the laws, going after criminals. So thank you very much. I'd like to close this event.
If anybody does anybody have any
Oh, any
questions?
questions?
Any questions, any recommendations? We welcome them, suggestions, how would you would like to see downtown beautified? Let us know. I'm always available.
I do
Mike
have
is
a question.
available. Yes.
No, seriously, the tree trunk there was a big deal because then we ended up having some protesters that came in and, you know, they took over the block there protesting the tree. But my question would be, as a business owner, has the activity, obviously, has it come down a little bit in that area because it was so congested with problems in that area? Have you guys all noticed it's been actually a good thing that it was done?
Obviously, if anything that deters the criminal activities and somewhat, I mean, it's hot out there, and obviously we've had a lot of people use trees and so forth to cool themselves down. And we're talking about not all criminal elements, but you do have some criminal elements out there, but it has slowed down a bit. So there's progress with safety and security, and that's what Calexico PD, that's what the city is all about, providing safety for our citizens. And we're out there for everyone. So thank you very much. And we're closing out.
Real quick, Third Street location, was it 217, 219? Who actually owns that, and who's cleaning it up, who's paying for the cleanup?
That would be a
I can
question
answer
for
that. I'm the
Maritza.
representative. I'm the representative, and I was hired in probably July of 2022 when Ms. Esperanza had just came in. The family is a family that no longer is in Calexico, but they also have other properties that were here in Calexico that they were able to actually do all the legal process to take care of the transfer of the assets. This property was not transferred. And so the family are the ones that approached me for assistance after the pandemic. became a little more difficult there with the squatters and stuff like that. So this is a family that's not here, but they did reach out to me, given that I'm local, and, so the fact that it is caught up in legal, issues was probably part of the problem why we weren't able to back then have a better solution. So I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, so as you mentioned earlier with that it was still in the process of figuring out who the ownership is that still the case, or?
No, we know who it is.
Oh, okay.
We know who it is, it's just there's legal things when you have big families, and so no matter what. What was told to the city on this circumstances here is that the municipal code actually allows for city managers to handle these types of things when there's type of complications in that way, except our city management in the past did not do that for us. This management did. And so once the management identified that there was actually the possibility for us to be able to get this done, because it's only a cleanup, we're not building anything. So because the city knew that this was a mutual benefit to the community, benefit to the downtown, and benefit to the family to see this done. There's another property also here in the city that also was my experience with homeless taking over the properties. It's not the only property. The other one's a residence. We're taking care of that one next. So we're definitely focused on taking care of the safety with, what we have as far as the limited legal opportunities and availability to help us. But it did happen, and it happened legally with a lot of options.
Just so everybody knows, they're taking it down.
Uh-huh, yeah, we just came back, yeah. Today was the initiation. We hope that this project.
Good job, Melissa. Thank you. Hard work. If they're willing to put in the work, things happen.
Yeah, I myself personally tend to be a little bit more extreme in my approach to things. So, so 2 years ago, we did, see another property that we had to eliminate a lot of the issues that were on the inside, clean it up and make it safe as well, board it up. Take out the family mementos and things like that for stuff like that, because, a lot of people leave this city and they don't come back. And pretty much that's what this was, it's a non-present owner. So it makes it a lot more complicated. However, at this point, everybody cooperated for everybody's benefit. So I'm really just happy that I can move on to the next.
So is it a group of like the business owners that are doing the cleanup, or is it like the cities, whoever handles the trash?
It's a private agreement between the Pink Hats Company Incorporated that were hired as contractors through the family representation. Yes.
So funds came out of the family?
The family. Yeah, no city funds. Although the city, I'll say, they did waive there's a $1,500 fee for the fire hydrant use, because you need to have fire hydrant nearby and the water while you're doing a demolition. And they've waived that fee for us, given that they made us wait for 2 years. Yes.
And I don't know if you want to mention about Republic coming in and assisting well with the pickup.
Yes, that was also something interesting. Republic showed up. I was really, really happy about that, because a lot of us, there he is. Hi, thank you, the representative, what was your name? Peter, I had never met you before, but I know that Republic's very, very involved in the city. That's probably something Ben should say, but,
Thank you, Republic.
Thank you. That was really helpful, because we have a lot of trash to pick up. Mr. Garcia, yes, you want to say something? Huh? Yes, you want to say something, Mr. Garcia? One of our pioneers, Mr. Garcia. Fine gentleman. Vamos a señor. Well, he has a question.
But I've been a resident, actually on this street for more than 60 or 70 years, older than most of you people. I'm very much concerned as to what has happened to Calexico, the city, our city. It's sad. At one time, we used to have the Chamber of Commerce, as some of you remember, and now it's in shambles. We used to have a lady that was just a foolproof city. I think we have a great potential with students on cleanup part of the city. Like Mr. Garcia mentioned, we have a new hope, a new light. We have to participate, we have to promote, we have to just care about the city. It's sad that a high percentage of people, older people like I am, don't participate. They're just waiting for a handout, and some of them are able to give a little of themselves and to the city. Again, like I said, it's sad to see the way that Calexico has turned out. I remember about 23 years ago, there was a plan of beautifying the downtown area. The city paid $1,000 for these people that came from outside to give us idea, nothing developed, nothing. Mr. Robert mentioned of promoted cleaning up, of questioning all this property owners that had been there for more than 50 years, and properties that have been just dead for the last 30 years. The sad thing is most of these property owners are from the outside. They don't even live here, so they could care less. So if there's some way that we could get rid of them, or I don't know, get in touch with them. There are some still good buildings that can be put to good use. Again, it saddens me a lot. My early children have been residents for a long time here. And now we have to realize that now Mexicali has grown so much, that it saddens, but it doesn't need Calexico anymore. So we have to promote, we have to draw in some coffee shops of businesses or bigger stores. We ourselves are guilty of buying where? In El Centro, in San Diego. The few times that I go to El Centro, on some of the parking lots, most of the cars are from Mexicali. People that at one time used to purchase here in Calexico. We had some good stores. In my hand, I could count maybe 3 nowadays. The few stores that we have, their quality is very poor, or they don't compete. How do they survive? I don't know. But again, it's up to us to promote, to see our neighbor, ask them to clean up their yards, ask them to clean up. As it is, I'm sorry, but I was expecting more people here. I asked this friend of mine, she was unable because she had a doctor appointment, and then she questioned me, what are you gonna do over there? I'm just gonna speak my mind off. So again, it's up to you to move the city. Let's put Calexico back in the map.
We're trying.
Let's think of something. Let's bring new ideas. Let's talk to our neighbors. Calexico is in great need, and we are Calexico.
I want to tell you, stay hopeful, Mr. Garcia, okay? Because you've known me since I was a little girl, okay? Stay hopeful, because what you just saw politically just 4 months ago, that showed that we are united, okay? And we do have a lot of love from all these other cities in the valley. They are supportive, but the hard work, we have to do it ourselves,
We
unfortunately.
have to continue, we have nonstop, it's like never stop, continue to push, right?
That's right.
And we have seen a lot more people woken up, engaging, and we're gonna continue to do these town hall meetings, okay? We can maybe do them every other week because there's things happening every second of the day. So thank you for coming and giving us your support. Thank you, everybody, for coming. There was refreshments out there. Thank you, everyone, for coming.
Today, we
Thank you,
see
Lydia.
the evidence of unity, okay? So that, we put, every day you pass by right there, Mr. Garcia, that's your hope, okay? Because that shows the unity.
Thank you to my staff, Calexico, for helping set up.
Let's take a picture.
Let's take a picture.
Yeah.
Taking a group picture, everybody come on.
Roxy, come, Mr. Pacheco. Lalo.
Just
You don't want to be in it, sir? Because of you, we get everything done. Come on.
Yeah. If you're not there, we'll miss you. Yeah. You'll be a lifetime commissioner.
Come on, Pat.
Over here, over here. Hey,
Go ahead.
come on down.
No, Robert had to leave.
How about Ben and everybody else?
Benjamin, Benjamin, Ben, 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 Ben,
Community?
Public services.
Public service.
What the hell, everybody.
Yeah.
Looking at Roman.
Where are we looking?
What are we looking at?
Right here.
Right, across the right, all right, good.
Okay, so we go one by one.
All right, in the center over between us two.
All right.
Thank everybody for coming. Feeling like I'm getting a divorce or something. That's
You go with my partner.
Hi, my mom was there.
Turned out pretty good. Definitely. They participated in Russian. I'm willing to